Hey everybody, welcome. This is the 2022 Santa Barbara to King Harbor online competitor briefing. It's just a recording. You can watch it at any time. A couple of quick thank yous before we get started. I want to thank the regatta chairs, Rob Miller, Dorian Harris, James Lee, the many volunteers and our sponsors, Ullman Sales, the Santa Barbara Chandlery, Seacoast Yachts, Harbor Marine Works based out of Santa Barbara, and Shoreline Boat Works. And thanks also to Sharon Green from Ultimate Sailing, who will be taking photos at the start. First and foremost, I'm going to start by sharing my screen of the event site and showing you where you can find stuff. This is all at sbyc.org/SB2KH. And if you scroll down, you can see these tabs where you can, look at the schedule and et cetera, et cetera. But your race documents are all at the top. And I posted an amendment. They're just small amendments, but there was a discrepancy in the SIs. So I'm going to pull those up real quick and show you that the VHF channel 78 is what King Harbor uses at the finish line. That's their designated channel for their yacht club down in King Harbor. And we're channel 71. So it's kind of 71 at the start, 71 during the race. That's anticipated to be the channel of use, and then channel 78 at the finish if you're trying to get in touch with the finish boat. It's also channel 78 if you're talking to the check-in boat on your way out of the harbor, but we'll go through that procedure momentarily. Additionally, we have amended this. Originally said as detailed in sailing instruction 12.4. I'm not sure why that typo was there. It's supposed to be 13.4. So the start is detailed in sailing instruction 13.4. So that has been amended appropriately. Okay, so the other items that you're going to need, and I like to talk about just your docking procedure and all that stuff, are all kind of here. But if you look in your notice of race and some of the email stuff I've sent out already, it's all in there. It's about what do you do? It's all kind of in here and how you do your docking. So you're going to want to call on channel 78 when you arrive, or channel 12. So channel 12 is our harbor department in Santa Barbara. Channel 78 will be our docking committee, and that will be on Thursday. So channel 12 if you're arriving before Thursday. And then you're going to proceed to the accommodation dock in the harbor as detailed in attachment H here. Zoom in on this so you can see it a little bit better. So accommodation dock is up here. See, it says accommodation dock right here. So you enter and go up the federal channel to the accommodation dock to get a dye tab in your tank. In the cases of very large boats or boats that don't maneuver real well in the smaller channel, they may send you directly to your slip assignment. Slip assignments are not given out ahead of time. So therefore, when you arrive, you have to call on channel 12, talk to the Harbor Patrol and have that conversation with them. Say, hey, look, we're kind of a big boat. Can we go straight to our end tie or whatever it is? A couple of quick notes and rules about the harbor. Don't lay electrical cables across docks or plug into receptacles that are not for that slip specifically. That will be billed to like a neighboring slip. And so you don't want to do that because you're going to be basically charging to somebody else's account. And so not every boat is going to have electrical. If you have a slip, you can plug in and into that slip for that time frame that you're there. But if you don't have a slip, you may not have electrical, and that's just is what it is. If you need a marina gate card, you can go up to the harbor department, which is located right next the star, right next to the Santa Barbara Yacht Club. So you just walk up Marina 1 and then over. But keep in mind, Marina 1 gate, which is located right here, is going to be open from noon to noon from tomorrow until the start of the race. So you don't really need one if you're arriving anytime tomorrow on Thursday. Alcohol is allowed if you're drinking in Marina 1 or you're drinking at the yacht club. There's like a walk between Marina 1 and the yacht club. It's a short 100-foot walk, and you're not allowed to bring alcohol from that spot to that spot. I've been asked to mention that. There are restrooms and showers in the bathrooms on Marina 1. There's also restrooms and showers at the Santa Barbara Yacht Club that are available for our competitors. Parking. I'm just going to quickly show you that parking is in the yacht club lot is reserved for yacht club members only. However, there's a giant harbor parking lot right here, which is a short walk down to Marina 1. So not a big deal. Longer term trailer storage is over here. And we just ask that, you know, if on the morning of you have something you got to drop off, or you want to come to the lot at the yacht club, you can do that to drop off your stuff early in the morning on Friday morning. But we ask that those cars be moved out relatively quickly, and don't leave stuff here for long periods of time. It could be towed if it's here past noon on Friday. Okay. If you need to use a hoist, the SBYC hoist is here, and please visit the Santa Barbara Yacht Club front desk for a hoist key. All right, I think that's the bulk of information regarding the harbor and kind of docking and things like that. Remember, channel 12 is where you're calling. You can also call their number, which I believe is 805-564-5531 when you arrive, to call them on a telephone if you don't want to call them on the VHF. There is a party Thursday, and we wanted to get you all there. So we're going to put in some free drink tickets, meaning free drinks, one per customer usage in the packets. And it's good from 3:30 to 5:30 tomorrow at Thursday's July 28th. So it's kind of like a happy hour drink ticket. They're free drinks, good for a beer or a batch drink, like probably Mai Tais or something like that. I'm not quite sure what they're making, but there'll be some kind of drink you can have, and it's free. And so come on down, get there early for the party. We have Into the Blue or Out of the Blue. I can't remember the band's name, but they're playing, should be really good, classic rock. And then of course we have Thursday, Santa Maria Tri-Tip is what I understand the menu is, and it's $20 out the door for dinner. So hopefully should be a good value for your dinner here at the Yacht Club on Thursday night. Should be a good party. Check your packets, use those tickets up before you hit 5:30 because they're no good after 5:30. You can buy some drink tokens and things like that from the Yacht Club, and that's good for any kind of drink after 5:30, but you got to buy them. So free tickets are in your packets. Also in your packets, you're going to find several documents, and sometimes we have you pick them up and put them in your packets, but this year we actually are going to stuff your packets with them. So we have attachment A, we've got our class assignments, entries by sail number, entries by boat name. The entries by sail number and entries by boat name is for you to just understand who your competitors are. If you see somebody on the water, you want to know what class they're in, or you see a sail number and you're like, who is that? Are we racing them, and are they in our class? You can pull out that and look at those. So they're just informational only. The class assignments is an actual document, and this is now posted on our site, so it's there. And that's a very important document, as is attachment A, schedule of starts, okay? And this details on which line you're starting. So it's real important as you look at this. It's real obvious. You have 11:55 warning, 11:56 preparatory signal, and a 12 o'clock start for ULDBA on the orange marks port start line. So that 12 o'clock start is over here for ULDBA, and it's over here for Orca on the yellow line. That 12 o'clock start is the warning signal for ULDBB and start 2. So their start time is 12:05. Really important to understand which start line you're starting on the orange start line or the yellow start line, and recognizing that. So make sure you have review this. It is in your packet. We'll have extra copies as well, so you guys have everything you need on there. Also in your packet, you'll get a piece of paper that says crew number, and it says how many crew you have on there. We use the club spot on your boat as you leave the harbor, so we know how many we're dealing with. On the club spot registration system, most of you, we got all your crew on there, but we know that changes last minute, so we want to know how many souls are on board as you leave the harbor, and so that's our last time to check it. We'll also be looking for you to hold up your packet, which has your sail number on it. We've already written on there. As you leave the harbor, so they can check you in and say, okay, you're headed out to the course. It's this and sail number, and you've got 5 crew aboard, and they'll check you off. You'll get one final reminder to turn on your tracking at that point, which I'll talk about for just a moment here. So the tracking device this year, we're trying something where this has been voluntary in the past, but we're requiring it this year. And it's basically, we can track you via your AIS transponder if you have a built-in one. We're not talking about a handheld MMSI. We're talking about an actual AIS transponder on your boat, or there's a transponder app you can put onto an iPhone or an Android, and there's directions on how to do this. Each competitor should have received a an email with configuration code and etc. in it. And I'll pull this up to kind of see what the email looks like. Looks something like this, okay? And it says, don't share this code with anyone else, okay? So put it on one phone on your boat. And then when it comes time to check in at the check-in desk tomorrow, we'll go ahead and make sure that you're tracking properly via that phone app, or before you walk up, turn on your AIS so we can see if it's tracking in the harbor. And then we'll give you your packet once we can see your tracking. Those apps on the phone don't need to be like running and on there. You can have it in the background. You can use other apps, or you can do whatever you want. They do need to be running in the background at the start of the race. And at the start of the race, you can press start as you're exiting the harbor, but you just need the app to be on. And if you forget to press start, it'll automatically start at noon. So every transponder application on your phones will go automatically, but it has to be turned on. And actually the app has to be opened. So long story short is this is a different way than a lot of organizing authorities have done it. We're going to give it a shot. If you're concerned about the power on your phone, you say, hey, I don't want to do that. We're giving away free battery chargers for the phones. So just ask us when you check in at the tracking table, and we'll give you one of those so that you can be charging your phone the whole way, and that's yours to keep. The tracking is for enhanced viewing purposes and is not intended for safety purposes. So if your application, your tracking goes dead halfway through, we're not going to necessarily take that as a sign that you're disappeared, right? So, or something bad has happened. We're going to, that could mean your phone fell in the water or something like that. But obviously we hope that doesn't happen, but it should be safe down below or whatever, and it should track you just fine. But that is for viewing purposes only, not for safety purposes. If you have questions on that, you can email info@sailtracker.net, and we'll have a table setting people up and checking this all out. So if you don't know what's going on and you're not sure about how this is going to work, just visit us at the tracking table and we'll get you all squared away. Okay. There is another thing that's been added, which is we're doing side scoring of ORR. And so the ORR, for those unfamiliar, is the offshore rating rule. And essentially, it's a different type of rating scenario that will take into account the conditions on the course, the direction of the breeze, and there's ORR and there's ORREZ, and we've had quite a good turnout for that. It looks like almost 40 boats want to do it. So we'll be side scoring that. That is not for any perpetual trophies or anything. This is for a kind of a test run to see, how that would look on the side and doing a sort of a subdivision class. It's the intention to give out trophies for that in addition to the PHRF trophies so that everybody understands what that is. We're not going to be processing anymore, or they're not going to be, I'm not doing it, but the ORR guys are not going to be processing any more certificates, I think, after the end of today. So they're doing the best they can to finish what they have today. And I think that's probably likely the end of it. So you'll see those results like everything else on the event site right here. Okay, so you'll see this link pop up. It'll say 2022 results. We'll probably have 2022 ORR results right there. Link put right there. Okay, we'll send out a forecast from NOAA. I have one today, but they're updating it every day for me. So I'll be sending it out. Today's probably via an email, and tomorrow's, as it updates just a little bit more, tweaking any last minute details to the competitors. Once again, don't forget, you must check in on land. If you can't check in on land to get your race packet, make sure you give me an email or something like that, so we know what's going on and that you're showing up. And you're gonna probably need to check in, well, not probably, you need to check in on the water as you're leaving the Santa Barbara Harbor verbally with the check-in boat. It should be a Grand Banks, like 35-foot boat that'll be anchored right at the entrance of the harbor. We'll be on channel 71 for the start sequence, and I'll use that to kind of count down to signals and give information about starts and any special information. So please don't transmit on channel 71. So that we have that channel open for me to be talking to people. And then I think for the cruising class guys, it should be all in there and obvious, but this is your attachment B cruising class log, which is in your sailing instruction packet. And everybody will get this in their check-in, but it's also online if you want to get into it and dig into it right now. So attachment B cruising class log, you'll need to fill that out and turn that in the appropriate time frame if you're part of that. I I think that's about it for this year. We want to thank you so much for signing up for the Santa Barbara to King Harbor race, 49th running. It should have been the 50th running, but COVID. So here we are. So next year will be our 50th running of this fantastic race. I hope you enjoy it. I hope you enjoy us. Join us at the party and bring those, use up those free drink tickets we have for you. Thanks, everybody. If you have any questions, please email them over to racing@sbyc.org. And we'll look forward to seeing you as you all arrive in Santa Barbara today and tomorrow. Cheers.